I always loved sport, just for sport's sake, without any ulterior motive to it. So I loved a healthy and active lifestyle. I always loved adventure, and I took part in a wide range of sports in from my school days. And so when this opportunity came up to be, I was invited to a talent scout camp as a young athlete. I frankly didn't even know what luge was as a sport, but it was just another opportunity to put myself out there and challenge myself, and I found instant kind of resonance to this sport. I actually started off doing skiing and mountaineering and these kind of sports. So when even before I started off with luge, I remember we used to be a big community of skiers at that time, and we used to go out to the slopes. We used to wait for the snow to come in the winter, and as soon as we had a decent amount of snow, we would all fix up to go and meet up at this valley called Solang Valley, and we would go there, and there was no infrastructure as such. We just had a hillside, and we had ourselves and our passion and the wish to do something. And all the kids we would gather together, and we would manually beat the slope, because for those who aren't familiar with winter slopes, with winter sports, you can't really practice skiing, for example, on a virgin powder snow course. You need it to be prepped. You need the snow to be packed so that you can do that, and you have big machineries that do that internationally. But what we used to do is we used to beat the slope manually, or rather with our feet.
Amazing.
And so the first couple of days was just making the slope. So there would be 40 of us, 50 of us young kids. We would walk up, sidestepping our way up the hill, beating the slope, snow plowing down to make it, to prepare the conditions, and then we would start our training. So, but actually the training, we were already training, because you have to walk up, you have to beat the slope, and then since there are no ski lifts, you have to walk up again. Yeah. So it was more of a lifestyle, and so when I took up luge, obviously we didn't have any luge tracks either in India, and I remember seeing a lot of videos online, and there was a famous movie also which came out sometime in the 80s called Cool Runnings. It was about this Jamaican bobsled team, and it showed these guys, how these Jamaicans they got into they made a go-kart with wheels and simulated a bobsled, which is a Winter Olympic sport. And so I took inspiration from all these things, from my experience and from things I was seeing around me, and I decided to improvise and put these to make a new sled with wheels, so that I could not just practice but also give others a chance to see the sport. I didn't expect to get a lot of monetary support through this, but there were two goals. One was to try to get some money to reach the Olympics, and the second was to let people know and participate in what I'm doing. And so the campaign, which was, I spoke with some of my sponsors, and then we coordinated this whole thing. The campaign was support Shiva, and just put a message of support on your social media, and your name will go on a suit, and you have the chance also to make a donation, right? So I ended up with this suit with about 40,000-50,000 names somewhere in the middle. I don't remember exactly, and also I ended up with all these donations, which then allowed me to fly to Sochi, get some equipment, and do some of the things that was part of my plan. So I think putting yourself out there and not shying away from this is very important, because unless you try, you will never know. Okay.